got cleared for full contact, got through the practice today. We'll see if he comes back in tomorrow. I don't have him in the lineup, but if he has 2 more days like that, then he'll play against St. Louis. Lowry's out, Tanev's out, Hendricks is out, Thias is out, Mason's out.
Any update on Hendricks and Tanev, I guess specifically from last game?
We're hoping that Hendricks is not long term, but Tanev's week to week.
Who comes in, or how do you try and fill that void?
That's going to happen. The decision will be this afternoon. We'll need 2 forwards in, or Tucker Pullman can play up front. We're kicking that around right now.
What would go into that process of allowing him to play up front if you did it like you did in practice today?
Well, we wanted to see it. Liked what we saw there. He's got some experience at it, not at the National League level, and there has to be a role for that job. And some coverage on the back end. I'm not really worried about 11 forwards being 2 days off on the front end and back end of the game, so that's you kill penalties, and if we had any nicks on our blue line, you could cover that off. But I think we're pretty healthy back there right now.
And Josh is alright, obviously came back for practice after taking the puck in the...
Yep, just got his ear.
What have you seen from the Coyotes recently in your free scout here?
They're going to play hard. I mean, it's the same game that we played, 2 months ago when we played them. Those are hard games. They're physical. Play a simple game, but pretty darn direct. And they're gonna force you to skate and move the puck quick. So we've handled that well in the past, and then we've come off 3 kind of offensive-minded teams. So there's a shift there, and these guys are going to try to score goals, as everybody does. But I think they're trying to defend and be on the right side of the puck. So we, in some ways, it's a more difficult offensive game to play. They're not gonna open up their game to get something against you. They're gonna play real hard against you, try not to give you too much. So.